what it said here.
And the Lord told me, he said, a famine's coming.
Oh.
So he said, I want you to do this. He said, I want you to have a farm. Yeah. And so this property came into our hands.
Yeah, that property, it was just walking down the street, and it just jumped into their hands.
And we were able now, people say, well, it's just these 3 little greenhouses. Really? That's because you can't get behind the locked gate. The 3 little greenhouses that you see, they're called propagation houses where we test soil. 3 kinds of soil. Why would you want to do that? To see what grows the best.
Now, first of all, y'all, Robin Bullock doesn't know anything about soil, doesn't know anything about agricultural, but he wants you to be impressed that if you could get behind the locked gate, because see, the church members of Church International, they're not allowed behind the locked gate. In fact, for some of them, this is probably the first time they've ever heard anything about this property. But he's trying to defend. Let's just take a look at what we're talking about here. Oh my, didn't I save that? All right, we're going to bring it up. Sorry, Andrea, I put it in there. We're going to bring it up. How do I do that? Here's what I'll do. I'm going to do that. Y'all, I told you this wasn't really a program. I'm going to show you something. This is kind of like what we're looking at here, y'all. Okay. This is what we're looking at. Okay. This is what we're looking at. About 3 of these. And nothing against those. I have, these are nice greenhouses. I have nothing against greenhouses. Some of my best friends are greenhouses. Greenhouses are a wonderful thing. But, this is giving me fits. It's not liking this. I'm not liking what this is doing. Okay, now. Well, I messed that up. Okay. So let me get rid of this. And we may come back to that. I apologize, y'all. I put this in the slides kind of at the last minute, and I guess I didn't save it. Okay, this is what Robin Bullock is defending. Okay, and again, if you had a couple of acres and you wanted to grow some stuff, cool, knock yourself out. But I just want to say, in a minute here, you're going to hear him talk about feeding a city. Are you looking at a city's worth of anything right there? I don't think so. Now, let's see here. I'm going to try to get you. I got 5 of these, and I'm sorry I messed it up. Oh, let's go with this one. This one's going to, get ready to be impressed. This is going to knock your prophetic socks off. Yeah, there you go. And thank you, Andrea, and Dallas. See, we're walking a fine line here, folks. Got a documentary coming out. Going to spill a whole lot of beans. I don't want to pre-spill the pre-beans, but we're showing all of this, okay? But I do want to thank Robin. There was a little bit of narrative that I needed for this particular part of the 6-part documentary series. And Sunday mornings or all day Sunday really helped us. Really, really, really helped us. But folks, none of this stuff is climate controlled. None of this stuff is very big. I mean, look, I'm over here in Westchester. You go just a few hundred yards, you're over the Butler-Warren line into Mason. Okay. Natorp's Nursery, huge wholesale supplier to the greater southwestern, northern Kentucky, southeastern corner of Indiana. Huge, huge, huge. You drive by and you see these greenhouses that are like 200 feet across, 100 feet high, and they are like a quarter mile, half long, and there's bunches of them, bunches of them, bunches of them. And all due respect, Dallas and Andrew, I mean, they, oh my goodness, talk about working for, never mind. They're going to tell you, they're going to, folks, this is Robin Bullock's idea of feeding a city. I'm going to show one more if I can bring it up. I'm going to try to bring it up. I'm going to try to bring it up. Okay, here's one. Here we go. Look at that. This is what Bullock is using to justify and defend his $8 million worth of property. That's it right there. And you're going to hear, folks, that for the longest time, it didn't even have irrigation. Has these new fruit plants, and there's no way to water them unless you want to take a bucket, walk down to the creek, put your bucket in the creek, pick it up, and walk like 300 feet, 100 yards or more, and pour it out on the ground. You're looking at a boy man talking to you.
So we grow, and we grow this, we'll put soil in with horse manure mixed up with this and this. And then we do cow manure with this and this. And then we'll do a compost mix with this. And we want to see what grows what. But they set right at the back of 39 fruit trees.
Ooh, 39 brand new fruit trees. Wow, yeah. I mean, if you go buy a brand new fruit tree, and you put it in the ground, 39 of them. Yeah. In about 5 years, you get an apple, maybe a pear of apples. And year 6, maybe you get a dozen, maybe even a baker's dozen out of 39 trees. It's embarrassing, folks. It's embarrassing.
And then there's 16 more both beside that. Then if you go down the hill out a certain road behind a gate, you go down there where there's, if Austin was out here, how many blueberry trees are there now? 75 blueberry trees. How many rows of grapevines? 36 rows of grapevines, some Concord grapes, some Scuppernone, some seedless grapes, and they grow down through there on these 30. And we have how many raised bed planters? 26 raised bed planters in this one area.
Well, I'm
you said, why would you do all that? Well, on another piece of property,
I'm ready to move to Warrior because I know that if I move to Warrior, I'm never going to starve, because if the famine comes, he's got 39 brand new fruit trees that they planted. And folks, forgive me. You just got to forgive me. So now that Dallas and Andrea are out of the picture, who is the head honcho in charge? Who is the mastermind of all this? Remember the guy that Phineas Dake, mock him, Phineas is in charge of the whole operation. Let's keep going here. Now, here's where it just gets, the math is just,
the piece of property the Lord gave us. What happened is that the Lord said, I was going to plant that for food. And the Lord said, no, this is a cattle land. So we started buying cattle and putting there. And on this land, it does nothing but raise meat.
Okay.
And then we have our chickens and the eggs and all of that over at the other farm. We're about to...
Jesus did say, go into all the world and plant farms and raise chickens and collect eggs.
Put sheep on that land.
Sheep sounds
I'm not talking about
gospel.
Wool sheep, meat sheep. The Dorby things, I think they call them. And so we're doing that, and we plan on raising so many head of cattle, so many sheep. And you say, why would you do that? Because if anything ever goes south, we can feed a city. We can feed a whole city.
The energy of that, I don't know about y'all, but I need that energy.
And so we're doing that, and we plan on raising so many head of cattle, so many sheep. And you say, why would you do that? Because if anything ever goes south, we can feed a city. We can feed a whole city.
Okay, he can feed a city. He can feed a whole city. Now, in that talk that he did, he said that, Warrior's 3,300 people. That's easy enough to verify. So you can do this on your own. USDA and I forget the websites, but this is government website stuff. How many cows does it take to feed a city of 3,300? Because Robin Bullock says, we can feed a city. We can feed a city. Using USDA's 2025 estimate of 58.5 pounds of beef per person per year. This is just based on national average, how much beef Americans eat. 3,300 people times 58.5 pounds is 193,050 pounds of beef annually. A typical 1,000-pound steer yields about 450 pounds of edible beef, according to the USDA. 193,050 divided by 450, that's about 429 cattle. Answer, you need about 430 cattle per year. That's 36 cattle per month, 8 cattle per week, 1.2 cattle per day. With larger, more modern furnished cattle yielding closer to 570 pounds of packaged beef, the number could be closer to 333 cattle. So a reasonable practical estimate is about 340 to 430 cattle annually, with roughly 400 cattle being a useful round figure. So let's just figure 400. Is it okay if we just figure, Warrior, those people are pretty strong and I mean, they got a healthy appetite down there in Warrior, and we got to take care of them. They're going to need 400 cows a year to have enough beef. Okay. What size herd do you need? Well, 600 to 650 mature cows, about 20 to 25 breeding bulls, approximately 90 to 125 replacement heifers, total cattle physically in the operation if the ranch raised the calves all the way to slaughter weight rather than selling them after weaning. It would ordinarily about 600 to 650 cows, 20 to 25 bulls, 90 to 105 replacement heifers, approximately 520 to 560. Look at the bottom number where it's in bold. Total herd on hand could peak around 1,500 to 1,750 head. You'd need about 1,500 to 1,750 head just to supply the beef needs of the city of Warrior. But people don't only eat beef, but hey, let's not get bogged down in reality and facts. Where's the beef? Let's just stay with the beef. Let's just pretend that people only eat beef every day. And if you'd like to support the program, folks, we appreciate it. OhioForFreedom.com. You can take advantage of our PayPal link. We have a bank card link. We get a really good rate on bank cards. You can use your Visa, your MasterCard, your Discovery, your American Express. We really appreciate those that support us through Zelle. I do not get an email from those that use Zelle, so we say thank you in advance. And if you'd like to support us by using old-fashioned snail mail, we have a P.O. Box 344, Mason, Ohio, 45040. So until next time, God bless you. God bless your family. God bless the state of Ohio, the United States of America. And we send our greetings to all our friends around the world. Good night, y'all.